Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Couple L5s in the big city, so maybe we won't be coastal elitists today. Although LA and San Diego, Twins are hot. Let's talk ball. Let's talk ball. It's always been Pirates and Twins. Baginski.
Paul Molitor.
Oh.
Base hit to right.
Runners advance.
Stealing third.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by Fanatics Markets, where fans trade on sports. Fanatics Markets available now on the App Store. I'm Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Rob Scirocco's producing. Dalton Feely getting all the info together for us. As we start sliding into the season, April 13th, Okay, I still don't think you get your takes fully developed yet. I was laughing this morning. I feel like there's 20 teams in the league right now on April 13th that have hated their team and love their team. Like if you did teams that have had a losing streak of 3 games and teams that have had a winning streak of 3 games, it's a giant amount of the league. Coach Trev, how are you?
I'm great. Pop spent the weekend in the city with you, so there was a little effing there. We always say we're gonna get out into, Soho or Manhattan. We're gonna go out and have a nice dinner, and we never do. It's kind of disappointing. Every single time I get home, I'm disappointed. But then when you're there, we're just so old now.
We're grinding
and we're tired, and I'm disappointed in myself.
We had a great group outing, and you and I actually we called it like right at the right point. I think we did great. Special night, kind of. Me, Moylan, Chad Hall, shout out. Yeah. And the rest of the John Boy Media crew. We had one of our warehouse weekends. Tune in for that. Some big John Boy Media news coming out of that we'll let our guy handle. Yeah, I talked to him the other day. I don't know how he wants to do that. We'll see, but stay tuned, John Boy Media people. Crazy.
It's not funny.
Not super funny. And then that probably would have been Saturday night. Yeah, I don't know. We need a summer night. That's where we thrive.
Look, it's like those friends that make plans 2 months in advance. We kind of got it. We
got to like lock in the dinner reservation. Or Trev, maybe the other thing, I know you and me and Bob been dancing around it. It feels like this year's the Minnesota year, and the first place Minnesota Twins, the amount of juice you got, I want to see some of those lakes. Haven't been to Minnesota, just connected through the airport.
If you come in the series in September, which is when the Yankees come
That's what we're eyeing,
Twins,
okay?
I am calling the games. We will go to the lakes. I will see if Joe will let us stay at his lake house. I mean,
whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Well, that was us. That was us just yucking. Let's get into the ball, man, because, we're going to give you the standings. Some really fun stuff in the NL, but because it is Monday, that means we start off in the American League. Speaking of teams that have loved their team and hated their team this season, the Seattle Mariners. After Game 1, they had the worst offense in basically every category in baseball. That being said, they have won their last 3 games over the Houston Astros with a chance for the 4-game mopping. Mopping or mogging on Monday. Astros pitching. My goodness. Tatsuya Amai only records 1 out the day Christian Javier goes on the IL. Mariners offense kicked into gear. Randy Arozarena, if you want to see someone pimp a homer, he did that. Cal Raleigh goes yard. A J.P. Crawford walk-off. And then Walter. Logan Gilbert dominant on the bump. Seattle gets back to their winning ways. Teams that have loved and hated themselves. The Storielli effect. The New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays sweep the Yanks. Hello. 5 runs was the magic number for all 3 Rays victories. Chandler Simpson is going bonkers. He's playing a different sport out there. And the Rays, they're bunting, they're running. Offensively, they feel like a fun Rays team. The defense still having moments of peril, which kind of gave the Yankees a chance in a couple of these games. But it was not enough. Rays first 3-game sweep of the Yanks since 2021. Hello. Drew Rasmussen, nasty. Braves take 2 out of 3 from the Guardians because that's all the Braves have done this year. The final team that has not lost a series this season. It all happened on NBC on Sunday Night Baseball. Bob Costas. It also was because Matt Olson hit one on the roof. A 3-0 pitch. That's what you do with those if you get them. Braves scored double digits in the bread games. That's where they won. Otherwise, it was Parker Messick shutting them down. Braves playing good ball. The Twins, speaking of good ball, after dropping the first game, Brandon hits one to Valenzuela, his first career home run. After that, it's Twins, and Twins, a 7-run third inning. Brooks Lee, Ryan Jeffers, you know Joe Ryan dominated. And so did the Twins on that final game. Tristan 50 Shades of Gray, just dominating people. Twins, you're going to hear Trev talk a lot about them. I'm sorry. Royals and White Sox split 4, so we may not talk a lot about that one, especially because the first 3 games were all 2-0. White Sox on the first one, Royals the next 2. Bubic and Waka. Michael Waka is doing it again. But the White Sox, they salvaged the set on the final day. A little borderline robbery late. So a weird Bobby Witt stat coming. Get ready for that. They split 4. The Tigers sweep the Fish. Hey now, Cater Montero, nasty changeup. Same with that Scooble guy in the final game. And then throughout, Riley Green with the 3-run homer. They need him to get going. Kenley Jansen, historic. And how about Kevin McGonigal's first ding-dong? You know we love that. The Orioles, they take 2 out of 3 from the San Francisco Giants, and that's obvious? I don't know. It wasn't obvious game 1 when Landon Roop shut him down for 6 innings and Slick Willie was going oppo. But Jeremiah Jackson, Pete Alonso with signs of life in that final game, and Kate Povich, spot start on his birthday, gets it done. Sammy Basayo driving in runs. Orioles winning baseball. And our final AL series is obviously in St. Louis. The Red Sox kid, after dropping the first game, Connolly early. Dustin May revenge game. And I think another birthday boy, Thomas Saggese with the RBI. After that, it's all Red Sox. Ranger Suarez, 6 scoreless innings after a shaky first. Jordan Walker continues to dominate, but so did Wilson Contreras against his former club. 4 for 5 on the final day. Same with Trevor Story as the Sox take 2 out of 3 from St. Louis. And that's what happened in the American League. God, I feel like Rob Dibble, just a nasty boy.
I get that vibe from you sometimes.
I could have fit in that Reds bullpen.
You wearing that shirt? I think the shirt actually plays in that bullpen. I go back and forth on it. It's fine. I have the standings. Do you want them?
Every time.
The AL. And you know we're starting in the Central because that's where the 2 teams with the best record live.
Crazy.
The Cleveland Guardians and the Minnesota Twins, 9-7. Somehow that's the best record in the American League. Fine. I'll take it for what it's worth. Go Twins. The Tigers 7-9, the Royals 7-9, and the White Sox 6-10. We'll go out east where there's a 3-team tie atop the division, all 8-7. That's Baltimore, Yankees, and Tampa. The Red Sox and Toronto 69. So that's 6-9 for people. I can't. I'm too old to be making jokes like that. What are we doing, Coach? Can figure it out. AL West. The A's are back.
Yeah.
With a big New York series.
Crazy.
Both ways there, the Bronx and in Flushing. Is that how you say it again?
I don't know, man.
Is there an S or not? The A's 8-7, Texas 8-7, the Angels 8-8, Seattle 7-9, and Houston 6-10. Just like we all drew it up, Coach. And those are the standings in the AL. Can you believe the Mariners and Houston are as bad as they are? Not the Mariners are fine. They'll be okay. Houston is. That was like my team. Like they're going to be back. They're going to do it. And then the thing that everyone said to me.
Yeah.
Was about the starting pitching depth. It's already reared its ugly head, Jake.
Yeah. Houston Astros currently 30th in ERA, starting pitching-wise, 30th in ERA, relief pitching-wise. Bad recipe. Only up from here.
Jordan's back.
Only up from here. Hey, Colorado and a little homestand coming in. Well done with the standings, Trevor Plouffe. Very impressive as always. Today's episode is sponsored by SoFi. Crypto investing sounds great, but trading platforms feel way too complicated. Well, the good news for all of you, SoFi, the first nationally chartered bank where you can buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrency all from one simple app. Access over 25 plus cryptocurrencies all on one federally regulated platform with the safeguards of a bank. SoFi provides in-app guidance to help you learn as you go so you can invest smarter. And the best part of all of this, it can be done within the same SoFi app as the rest of your finances. Crypto is inherently risky and you need to make sure it's right for your financial situation. But if you're ready to explore crypto with SoFi, visit SoFi.com/JohnBoy to start your crypto journey. Yeah, the AL hasn't even begun yet. As you mentioned in the standings, every team is between 9-7 and 7-9. You got two outliers right now, the White Sox and the Astros. Funny April baseball at this point, but we have some interesting things to chew on, and we'll see how they develop during the year. I can't believe that. I can't get that Royals stat out of my head. Hey, we mentioned Astros in Seattle, so let's roll into it. And again, the story is oddly simple, except in game 2. The Mariners trailed 7-2 in the 5th inning before putting up a 5 spot to tie it, rally. J.P. Crawford mentioned he gets the walk-off in that game. And yeah, if we had recorded right before game 1, we would have told you that the Mariners had the worst offense in baseball. They show some signs of life here. They have a nice comeback win. Astros now with a 7-game losing streak. So again, a week ago, we liked the Houston Astros, and that offense could bang, and now the whole story has changed.
Yeah, I mean, they've lost, I think, 3 starting pitchers on this road trip. Bolton's out. Tatsuya Maya exits with an injury. Jeremy Pena also went out with an injury. Like, they're dropping like flies right now. It's really hard to sustain that, especially when you don't necessarily have the depth coming out of the, off season. So this is a tough one for the Astros. Rob, I'm putting you on the spot here. I did want to talk about the pickoff play.
Yeah, that got sent in the group chat.
Because we've been talking, and I know the series is, hey, Mariners, we're knocking the ball around the park again. Very happy for you guys. This is who you should be, in my opinion. I have you in the World Series. Love the pickoff play because, listen, we've been talking about how do you combat kind of what's happening now with the 3 disengagements, the pitch clock. People have been really taking advantage of that. We've seen stolen bases go up, which is kind of the reason for it. But teams are getting more and more brazen with kind of like the hop play and doing all this. So this is just a simple, it's not even a timing play necessarily. It's the catcher reading what Naylor's doing. You see him kind of fake back to get the guy to shuffle back, which is kind of like, all right. The pop is new. Like the hops, that's new.
Yeah.
But you put yourself in a vulnerable situation. I always tell my kids this: as soon as your feet get close together, you're in a vulnerable position right there because you can't really get back going towards first base quickly enough. So it's exactly what they did. And all the catcher here is looking at is Naylor faking to first base, getting the guy to go back. And as soon as that guy hops back off to get his primary lead again, catcher drops the glove. Logan Gilbert's never looking at the runner. So the runner's like, well, he's not even paying attention to me. I'm fine. All of a sudden he picks over. It's things like this are going to start happening more and more. Timing plays, just as teams try to fight back a little bit. I don't know if you saw this. The stolen base thing is getting like the teaching methods are getting so crazy and good, in my opinion. The Orioles brought a TV monitor out the other day.
Yeah, I did see that.
To the field so you could actually get the real read of the pitcher throwing. And I'm like, man, like that's actually, I mean, I'm down with that. I don't mind that at all. But that you're going to start seeing defenses start resorting to some of what I'll call more like college-y plays.
Oh.
Because we're getting more and more college stuff happening.
Yeah, I mean, not that there's an answer to every solution. That's a little just not how I talk as a human. But I like to see teams trying something that they were like, hey, so much of base running is momentum. I know that probably sounds obvious, but that's the whole point of getting a secondary lead. Like, if you get your body weight going that way, it makes it easy to go. Like, I get really frustrated when runners just plant, because then you're stuck. Like, if you're rounding third and you're not sure where the ball's at, like, if you stop, you're stopped. If you keep your feet kind of going forward and then it goes off the infielder's glove, you can score easily. Like, if you keep that momentum going, that's kind of what they did on this pickoff play that I love it. Like, watch, every team is going to try that this weekend. And if you're the Astros, like, the Mariners' formula here, pretty simple. Keep throwing the ball. Gilbert looked amazing. The offense kicked into gear. Julio saw all your guys' tweets about their bat speed being slow, and he's like, hey, guys, I'm from the Dominican Republic. It's fucking cold. Maybe it's a little bit of that.
There's no correlation. Told me that.
I'll show you correlation. If you're the Astros and you got a 7-game losing streak, I think, that feels horrible. And the pitching stats, what do you do with that? Also, just when baseball feels bad is when you read something along the stat line. I just had it. The Mariners game 2 that they won, no MLB team has faced a 5+ run deficit, got out hit by 10 hits in the same game, and still won since the Indians against the Yankees in 1932. That's not what you want, because some things you can't control. J.P. Crawford, hey, Colt Emerson, enjoy AAA, pal. I got things with the big boy squad.
I'm sure he is enjoying AAA. He's doing just fine.
Yeah, he's doing okay. I'd enjoy AAA. I'd like to put those pants on. Astros getting dark, injuries, pitching. In Seattle, starting to remember what good baseball.
Hold on one second.
What?
This said Josh Naylor said he had no idea Logan Gilbert was throwing over. He was just trying to keep Altuve guessing. I
don't know. That could be a little gamesmanship.
And also got to be gamesmanship. They literally had the play on unless and the only way that's true is if they're like, hey, if you're looking at me and I'm going throw the glove down, just pick no matter what. But typically that's put on. That's something like the catcher like picked his jersey, Naylor saw it, and he's like, all right, let's run the play.
And it's tough. Altuve stole before that. And got to third base, but there was umpire's interference. So, yeah, just
get your face out of the way.
I hate that. That's my least favorite. One of my least favorite things in the sport. Like, that can't happen.
Part of our when we take over the Rockies, or the potential Utah Salt Lake City team, we're going to be the best at holding runners. Like, no doubt in my mind.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I love that for us.
I might bring in a lefty just to pick somebody off.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and the inning, you're done, son. Go hit the showers.
I really like that. All right, Trev, let's do a double rip of the Band-Aid. I will do my Yankees. I'll do my Yankees versus the Rays. Yankees had a lead in the first 2 games. 2-0, 1-0. Luis Gil returns for the Yankees, so they go up 2-0. Luis Gil's first game back hasn't looked like his rookie form. Gives up a 2-run homer in the first. We are tied again. Yankees offense has been not good. The second half of the lineup is extremely thin right now. It's been a lot of Ben Rice, and that's about it. They had a moment in that second game. Caballero comes up against his former team, gets a 2-run double to flip the scoreboard, take the lead. Yankees cough it right back up. And then they have a quote-unquote, what people would know as a Yankees inning, lackluster defense and mental mistakes to lose game 2. Jazz puts a little gasoline on it after the game for some extra fun, and they get swept. Credit to the Rays on offense. They have real threats in Caminero, Yandy, and who's my guy? Aranda. And then everyone can run. Everyone can bunt. There's a lot of, Rays offense feels like a threat. Their defense still super suspect in moments, which I think that is going to be this team's Achilles heel this year. But they tormented the Yankees in the Trop. It felt like old times a little bit. That's
like rinse and repeat, man. Go down to the Trop, get your butt beat. I think it's great that we are seeing that around baseball a little bit. We're seeing more bunts. We're seeing, obviously teams taking advantage of speed, and it's usually the teams that we talked about in the offseason, like aren't going after all the free agents. Like we're trying to manufacture runs in different ways, the Rays being one of these teams. And just around the league, it's like the use of speed, taking the extra base, and like making the defenses play ball it's kind of working. It's kind of working, people.
There's a little
especially if you're a guy like that. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I'm talking about Chandler Simpson later because that MFer right there ain't real. Maybe that's a new segment I'm going to start doing.
He ain't real?
That plane lady, because the way Chandler Simpson runs, I just don't know. Yankees, L5, raised to over 500. So let's see each of these teams' next chapters.
Why would you throw home there?
Bro.
No one was covering first.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what.
How to field bunts. Am I like justified now? I think I said
Which
it 2 years ago. Nobody knows how to play the bunt.
And nobody knows how to play the bunt.
It's crazy.
Yankees defense has been a running joke for a while now. Do you want to talk Jazz? I'm sure you're talking about it on Baseball Today. I talked about it in Talking Yanks.
Quick here on this show, I'll talk about it because I am gonna. I know Chris has already sent that question over. I think he knows the rules. Like, you don't play baseball that long and not know the rules. Okay, like, do I think that the post-game press conference was bad? Yeah, like, I don't like fixing the earrings. I said that to you guys at the warehouse. I'm like, can you just, like, if you're still getting dressed, just say, hey, let me get dressed real quick and then I'll answer your questions. They're fine. But, like, this is really condescending to me. Like, it's like, hey, I'm doing something else and I'll just speak to you guys real quick. Like, just stand on business real quick. You know you're going to get asked about that play. Like, and then to give that answer is really bad, but I do think he knows the rules. And I think he just, in a moment of just bad judgment, just started talking without really thinking about what he was saying. Yeah. And then I think he thought it was funny.
Yeah, Jim did a good exercise on Talking Yanks where he, like, Jazz is like, yeah, I was trying to field the ball, tag the runner, and throw to first. And it's like, if you stop the quote there, we're home free.
Yeah.
But then he keeps rolling, and yeah, it's a lot of fans' nightmare quote of like, wait, my player didn't know the rules in the moment.
Who was next to him? Was that Trent Grisham?
Grisham chimes in and was like,
I'm an outfielder.
Yeah, dude, that wouldn't. Jazz continues.
That's why they tell you don't get tagged out by the second baseman.
I really would have liked to see that play develop. You would have liked on Talking Yanks. Me and Jimmy had a nice little brothers. Jimmy had that play at a 5% chance if he fields it cleanly. I had it at a 50% chance. Like, if he could tag Yandy or make Yandy hop out of the way. I don't know. We don't get to know because he didn't field it. Go Rays, go. All right, Trev, I did my Yanks. Why don't you take your Twinkies?
It's interesting, like the Twins, 9-7, great, kind of roared back after a bad start. Hasn't been like one consistent person that's really been doing it, like just big hits here and there from certain guys. Tristan Grace had 7 runs driven in on 2 swings, had a grand slam, 3-run homer here. Some nice starting pitching. We've talked about like Taj Bradley and the Twins kind of like giving the business to the Rays in some of these trades. He pitched around some traffic, but pitched well enough to get that victory. Joe Ryan, bad second start against the Royals, but he was really good in this series. So there's been some good starting pitching. We've figured out some bullpen stuff that seems to me like isn't going to last a full season because there's just been so many guys in different situations that I think we really maybe that's just how it's going to have to go. I don't know. I don't really prefer that method, but I don't think it's like been inspiring baseball, but they've gotten victories and they've cashed in when they've had runners in scoring position, which has been a problem. They've left some lefties in to hit lefties. Like Trevor Larnach has some homers against a lefty. Like that's something that Justin Morneau's been asking for forever. So again, just kind of like sporadic big hits, people coming up clutch, which is, it's nice. I don't think it's necessarily sustainable. Josh Bell's been great. So like a nice force in the middle of the lineup there. They got to keep that. Jeffers has been doing his thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm still like kind of waiting for the shoe to drop?
The other shoe to drop, yeah.
The other shoe to drop. But I've been pleasantly surprised by, I guess just the record in general and like winning series.
Yeah, it's been by some of the stats a top 5 offense so far, which nobody had that going forward. And hey, you talked about when we get our franchise to run. I'll tell you what, if your starters Corbin, Lauer, and Scherzer, by the way, wasn't those three weren't the big part of the rotation coming into the start of spring training. 11.2 innings to the tune of a 14.66 ERA. That's not the recipe. Which, hey, credit to the Twins there. And the Blue Jays have the injury bug pretty bad. Springer's been banged up.
Yep.
Them, and there was one other team that stood out to me that the injuries were like kind of shocking. Maybe it was Houston or maybe it's another team. But yeah, you need guys to step up in Toronto. And guys have been stepping up for the Twins. Look at that. It's analysis.
That's it.
Nasty. Royals, White Sox, like I said, Trev, I think this one's kind of high and tight for me. The 2 games the Royals won, Bubic, career high 11 Ks over 7 scoreless. They shut him out that game. Waka, 8 scoreless, 7 Ks. White Sox scoreless streak gets to 20 innings. They win those 2 games. Around it, the White Sox win and survive to split 4. There's a very jarring Bobby Witt stat. I don't know if you want to bring that one to the people, but that's what stood out to me.
Yeah, I mean, I screenshot this. I couldn't believe it. I don't know where I was. It was a 10:33 a.m. or p.m. That's p.m. So that was last night. The Royals have played 16 games. This is from Chance Libo. Royals have played 16 games. Bob Witt Jr. has reached base 28 times. He leads the league in stolen bases. That sounds nice.
It's a great start, right?
That's a good start. Bobby Witt Jr. has touched home once all season. He scored 1 run.
That's crazy.
That's an insane stat.
That's crazy.
So runners in scoring position has not been the Royals' strong suit. There are some arguments they are due because they've been hitting the ball hard. They lead the majors in average exit velo, and they rank 7th with a 43% hard hit rate, but it hasn't been translating into hits. And Vinny said, hey, man, I'd rather hit the ball 70 miles an hour and get a hit.
Yeah.
Because that's what the people want. But it is an indicator that things will turn around. I mean, that's one of the leading. If you're pointing to a statistic that's hey, our offense should get going, it is how hard you hit the ball, especially on average. So there's better days coming for the Royals ahead, especially with their offense.
I think you're right, and we probably talk about this slightly differently if they win the 1-run game instead of it going the other way on the final day. But it was against the White Sox, who. It is early, but they do have the worst record in the AL. Yeah.
Go Michael Wacha.
Underrated.
Are you talking to him later?
Underrated. I don't think so. I guess Dalt was texting us last night about some guys to highlight. Jose Soriano, who we'll get to, has been one of the breakout players of the season. The guy that's been going toe-to-toe with him is Michael Wacha, who I think everyone just has an image of him with a different St. Louis Cardinals franchise, and now he's just been a nasty boy for the Royals for a few years now. Crazy.
He went 8 innings, lowered his ERA to 0.43. I love this. Started the outing with 17 straight strikes.
Let's go.
Sign me up.
Get in the box.
Get in there, swing the bat. He's recorded a quality start in all 7 outings against the White Sox since joining the Royals in 2024.
Bob, I might need some Trevor Plouffer's Michael Wacha stats if we can find.
Ooh, I got a knock against him in St. Louis.
Okay,
I think
because it feels like there's probably other at bats. So let's look into that.
Okay.
The Motor City Kitties, the Detroit Tigers, who have been struggling offensively, they sweep the Fish, who was giving the Fish all sorts of applauds, how they're a really tough out and just a pesky team. Your guy, Cater Montero, shuts them down for 6. And like I said on the way through, Riley Green, Scooble, the guys you need to go, Kerry Carpenter, McGonigal's first career yacker. The Tigers, who that fan base was pretty down on their team, now they're back up on them. Theme of the week.
Still not enough to overtake the Twins in the Central. No big deal. There it is. It's a bomb off Sandy too. That's a good one,
right?
That's a good first one right there. You got to love that. So yeah, everyone was nasty. Scoobs was nasty. Cater was nasty. Mize and Drew Anderson nasty. And we can't even say, hey man, they just beat the Marlins. The Marlins have been playing pretty good baseball. Their offense has been a strong suit for them, and the Tigers just put it to them in this series, man. Scuba with a no-hitter into the 6th. And you mentioned it's kind of like all up and down that Tiger lineup. They got the job done. So a really nice series for the Kitties. And Jimmy Norp, he needed that.
Only 2.
They got mopped by my Twins.
I got mopped by your Twins. Jeez. Only 2 humans have ever saved more games. Is this the Cater changeup?
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
Those jerseys on my screen right now, they look a little too dark orange.
Trev, sadly, you and I, we can't talk.
The color.
We can't talk. After last episode, the Talkin' Baseball community is about 1,000% I'm colorblind.
No, they said that I was right, but the problem is I put my sweatshirt's color, which I thought was tan. You said was green. I put my sweatshirt's color into AI.
Yeah.
And it said it was gray.
Jeez. Yeah, I will say the warehouse cameras that we used, I don't think they gave. I can see why everyone is much more towards that. Those hoodies are brown. Everyone in person said they're green, but I also might be colorblind, so I don't know. Okay. But yeah, little Talkin' Baseball controversy as there always is. Only 2 humans have more MLB saves than Kenley Jansen.
That's crazy. Hoffman and Mo?
Hoffman and Mo. Get the jacket ready. He's third all time, dude. He's Kenley Jansen. He's that
I know
guy.
he's Kenley Jansen. I'm just thinking of like some guy in the 60s or earlier. I guess they didn't even record saves back then.
They didn't really use bullpens like that. Okay, that was Talking Baseball. Today's episode is sponsored by Shady Rays. Shady Rays are built for real sports fans. I'm wearing my Shady Rays literally right now. Love Shady Rays. Whether you're going to the game, going to the ballpark, seeing the call that the ump blew, maybe you can't see the scoreboard because the sun's out, people. That's where you need your Shady Rays. Maybe you're on the golf course. Maybe you're just outside chilling on the patio. The best part with Shady Rays, in my opinion, is their lost and broken protection. If you lose or break them, even right after you get them, Shady Rays replaces them. No drama, no stress, no replacement guilt. I feel that. You just get a new pair headed your way. And Shady Rays also arguably has our best deal exclusively here. Head to shadyrays.com, code TALKIN40. That's 40% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. So either get yourself 2, find a buddy, get 2 pairs, get a gift for someone. TALKIN40, 40% off 2 or more pair of polarized sunglasses at shadyrays.com. Giants, Orioles. Orioles take 2 out of 3 here. Rubber mat. It was kind of cool. The Willie Adames homer, the announcer kind of called it. He was like, Boz throws him a cutter here. Don't be surprised if Willie just goes with it to right. That's exactly what he did. Gunnar leads baseball in home runs with 6, so that is of note early on this season. And then, things around Pete were getting a little rowdy because he's not off to a hot start. He gets a big 2 RBI double in the 5th to open that game up and hopefully sparks him. But hey, coming into the season, the Orioles were definitely a team that it was like, hey, don't limp out of the gate. They're 8-7, tied atop the ferocious AL East right now.
Yeah, and they've been dealing with a ton of injuries. 11 players on the IL. Mountcastle left the game too with foot pain.
Sure.
Interesting. Did you see Basayo's homer?
I did.
That was an absolute rocket to left center. If he becomes what people think he's going to become, that guy's going to be hitting absolute moonshots for a long time. He's got a nice swing.
They're the other team. Sorry, Trev. They're the other team that sneaky has a ton of injuries. I forget what the stat was, but they had 11 players, including Adley Rutschman, are on the IL. Mountcastle and Tyler O'Neill have been out with illness. So they've had the bug early that it would be easy to point the finger again. And again, they don't have to right now. And I'm with Basayo. Maybe this is lazy, but there's some baby Devers stuff there. Like that guy's just got a smooth lefty hitter swing.
A little bit of Sal Perez too.
Whoa.
No?
Big bodies.
He's a big boy.
He's a big body. I will say on the how does a young man run test, an old Basayo is going to have to hit the ball a lot. And I think he can. Also, I have a little stolen valor. I know Giants fans are one of the most disappointed fan bases right now. I had Bobby dig up one Giants clip because we talked about it last episode in the brown and green hoodies. Daniel Susak, the young catcher who got called up and was hitting, still hitting, by the way. Trev, he also, I asked Giants fans, I was like, where's everyone at on the Patrick Bailey meter? And they were like, we obviously love Patrick Bailey, but we need more hitting. And Susak stole his signature move, kind of, threw out his first base runner from his knees.
Oh.
So, I don't know.
That's a laser, coach.
Nice toss.
From the knees?
And I can use his 636 batting average over his first 3 games,
I don't love Cost going out and getting that ball. Don't reach, man. Don't reach.
Don't reach. Let it come to you.
Let it come to you. Apply the tag. Taylor Ward.
Yeah. Hot.
Threatening my 40 double season.
Oh, shoot.
He's got 10 already in 13 games.
Track it. Get the tracker going. Rob, tell graphic. We might need a graphic. Taylor Ward's pursuit of Trevor Plouffe.
40 doubles is a lot, Pop. All right, give me some credit.
You're going to talk about the reason the Guardians won Game 2 in a little bit. So I think we should highlight the Atlanta Braves, who the offense is humming with not a lot of the main guys humming so far. Like Acuna didn't get out of the gate so hot this season. Matt Acuna, Harris, and Austin Riley before Game 1, all had OPSs under 6. So, again, we've been highlighting Dom Smith. We've been highlighting a few other guys contributing to this offense. Ronald had a couple good swings in that final game. The Braves, another team we would have circled, say, like, get out of the gate hot. And they have kind of without their main guys. They've been pitching.
Dude, their pitching has been incredible. I was just looking up some of the stats on them. Everything is going right for this Braves team. When before the season started, we had some injuries. We're like, oh my God, it's happening again to the Braves. They don't care.
They do not care.
Like, we got the guys. Third in OPS, third in runs. Great. Second in ERA for your starting pitchers, fifth in WHIP. Your relief pitchers, first in ERA, first in WHIP. That, my friends, is how you get out to a 10-6 start and the second best record in all of baseball. They've done it, man. Sale pitched around some traffic in this game. I think he ended up giving 8 hits in this series, or in this series, but kind of like got the job done when runners got into scoring position. Bryce Elder's been amazing. Grant Holmes has been amazing. Ronaldo Lopez has been amazing. Martin Perez has he's been around forever. He's 35 years old. They actually DFA'd him because they don't need a 5th starter. They have a bunch of off days coming up, but he held court at the back end of that rotation too. So they're kind of like, they're just getting it from everywhere.
Yeah,
and I read the stats. The bullpen's been amazing.
Like Dubon had a big day at the office. That helps. Matt Olson and Drake Baldwin leading baseball in RBI, 17 on April 13th. That's pretty damn good. Yeah. And Braves Devil Magic, which we've gone away from. Chris Sale's fastest fastball since 2019. It's 2026.
He's still just, oh man.
I know.
He's still doing it. He's got one of those arms, coach.
Doing the same party tricks. Speaking of party tricks, Red Sox trying to get back to series wins and winning ways. They do that in St. Louis. Again, I mentioned they dropped that first game. Riley O'Brien closing it out. Electric factory in St. Louis. After that, a lot of Wilson Contreras. Drove in 3 in game 2, 4 hits in the final game. Palante got knocked around the yard. Sox kid.
Wilson, 7 for 9 in the series, 6 runs driven in. Trevor Story had a big game. The Sox needed this one big time. And Jordan Walker, if you're a Cardinals fan, is kind of just like breaking out big time right in front of our eyes.
Also, is he leading baseball in home runs? I think so. The Jordan Walker breakout may be real right now. Cardinals not doing a ton, 12th in runs, and the defense is grading out really well. I guess Cardinals fans, let me know, does the defense feel like that in the mighty, mighty NL Central right now? Sox, who do we get? Oh, Sox Twins.
Sox Twins, yeah.
Okay.
They're in Minnesota, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's find out.
I think they're going to get Ober and Abel.
Ober, Abel, Woods, Richardson, Crochet, Gray, Connolly, Early. Buckle up.
All right, boys.
I'm watching.
Get the sticks ready.
I'm looking and I'm a liking. Go Sox, go. Hey, should we do a little National League baseball? It wouldn't be the National League without the A's. The A's finished off their New York trip, and boy, they were in the New York groove. They sweep the New York Mets. Had a 26-inning scoreless streak against the Yanks and the Mets after Game 1, a 4-0 win. Jeff McNeil returned to Citi Field. Long applause. We love it. He's a tough, gritty player. Senga, bad outing, Trev. The people have you on this one. And then a 1-0 finale. Kurtz, the only run in the game. Savali, 5.2 shut. He's gotten off to a nice start to the season. The Boo Birds flying in Flushing. And maybe it's A's baseball, babe. Speaking of, the Washington Nationals swept the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, I'll wear this one. Tough start for me and Coach. Not a tough start for Foster Griffin. No hitter into the sixth. James Wood is all over the field, and so are bunts. 3 bunts in 1 inning to secure Game 1 in this one. A little natitude to get the sweep in Milwaukee. Okay. The Pittsburgh Pirates won 2 out of 3 against the bottom-dwelling Cubs. That's your NL Central. Pitchers duel in Game 1. McGinsky versus Imanaga. Don't think I'm saying his name right. And it was just a classic. Imanaga had the no-hitter going. They get 1. Here comes the bullpen. Brian Reynolds for 2. Pirates win on. Bad defense in extras in that second game. Throws it away. Tough teal bar series. O'Neal Cruz is raking. Cubbies erase a 4-run deficit. Alex Bregman with a big hit there. 0 for 30 skid. Sheesh, Michael Busch. Carson Kelly gets the walk-off. Cubs salvage. San Diego! It's a walk-off. That turned into Jerry Seinfeld for a second. A bogey bomb. Holy sheets. Wow, both had it. That set San Diego up for the 4-game mopping of the Colorado Rockies. Glad we had that Rockies ep last episode. Padres, one of the teams that weren't happy with what's going on, and now they sure are after they mop up. Dude, Laureano's everywhere. You know I love that. San Diego, hot, hot, hot. The D-backs take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies. A little NLCS reminder. D-backs win that first game. Phillies scored 4 in the 4th, but that wasn't enough to hold off the hungry dogs of Arizona. Soroka, another strikeout start to him. Phillies win the middle game. Dude, Taijuan Walker fighting out there, but not with much. Jose Fernandez, is this kid clutch? Big 8th inning RBI for the D-backs to take the set. That's what happens in Philly. This is what happened in LA. The Dodgers win another series. They take the first 2 games. They knock around Max Muncy with a game for the ages. 3 homers. Passes Steve Garvey on the Dodgers all-time list. Edwin Diaz, tough, but big ol' Max picks him up. Ohtani leadoff homer. Absolutely. They knock around Leiter. Tough series for you and me, Trev. Jacob deGrom salvages it on the final game. Nasty outing by him. And your best Western Road Warriors. That's right. It's time for Road Warriors, brought to you by Best Western. It's Swilly's Halos. First class up in the sky. Champagne, living the life. Jack Kohanowitz. He had a nice outing. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, only 1 earned run. And he gets usurped by Jose Soriano, who's one of the breakout stars in baseball this year. First MLB player to 4 wins, 7 shutout innings, an ERA of 0.33. Don't ask what the bullpen did after that. The Halos get back to 500 as they take 2 out of 3 from the Cincinnati Reds. And that's what happened in the National League.
How come you never brought up my stats against Waka again? That's weird.
Life's a trip. Make the best of it with Best Western. Stats or standings? Stats or standings?
Standings. We'll save my
You
stats.
do the standings. Rob's getting the stats.
In the National League, we're going to start out East because those Braves, best record in the East, not in their second best record in all baseball. Forgot about those Dodgers. 10-6. The Miami Marlins 8-8, and then everybody else was 7 wins. Philly 7-8, Washington 7-8, and the Mets, man. There's some teams. You look at our preseason power rankings, and there's some teams. There are some teams. 7-9 for them. In the Central, the Pirates on top of the division, 9-6. Cincinnati 9-7. Milwaukee and St. Louis both 8-7, and the Cubs 7-8. And then out west, 11-4 for the Dodgers. The Padres riding that sweep, 10-6 for them. Arizona 9-7, and then the Rockies 6-10, and then the Giants. Man, like what do we make of the Giants? 6-10. Those are the standings in the National League.
It's not getting late for a lot of teams, but San Francisco, we can't get out of
2 weeks in. We're 2 weeks in.
Can't get out of April with 8 back in the division. Trev, let's give the A's some love because they came to the big city and they put on a show, and their pitching put on a show, which was kind of the A's question mark coming into the year. That if you want the Athletics hype train, if you thought this was going to be their dark horse season to kick in, I guess it would be a glass half full of. Not a ton has gone right. Like the offense is sitting middle of the pack, the pitching middle of the pack-ish. Kurtz has his second longest homer streak. He breaks out of that. That if you know baseball, don't be surprised if he starts really going. He's got the second best exit velo in baseball. That the Athletics, an amazing New York trip.
Yeah, especially if you look at this series, because typically if you're thinking about the A's, how do you win a series if you're them? Well, my offense has to score 11 runs, right? Like that's score us 7 or more runs, and I think we're going to win the game. That's kind of how, at least from the outside looking in, that's what you would think. The offense is there. They did get that in game 2, but the other 2 games they won 4-0, 1-0. So you're right. The pitching showed up against the Mets, and the Mets have been, kind of struggling here, but JT Ginn goes to Jack Perkins, and they shut him out in the first one. You'd mentioned Aaron Savali having a good start to the season for the A's. So if they can get any semblance of pitching, that offense is going to be there during the year. It truly, truly is. If they can get some decent starts, just keep them in games. And the bullpen was a problem last year. We'll see if they can figure some stuff out there. But with the way they swing the bat and the way they're going to this year, like it wouldn't shock me if we saw the A's kind of go on some of these runs, like we see in this New York trip. They have some guys, man.
Yeah. Any Mets thoughts? I think Jolly's going to get involved in the Friday episode, and like we're saying, in this part of April, your view of your team can change over 4 games still. But man, there's been some weird Mets stuff going on in Flushing, dude.
It's been that way. Every time we try to walk away from it, it kind of like rears its ugly head again. A lot of weird Lindor stuff going on right now, like lapses on the base path, forgetting the outs on defense, just kind of bizarre stuff that you don't see from a guy of his caliber. But it seems to me, Coach, like there's some issues.
Yes.
With Lindor.
I think that's fair.
I'm not in the clubhouse, so I'm not like really sure what's going on a day-to-day basis. But if you're just looking at the situation, you have to say, what's going on? Is he not happy? Is he not motivated? Is he, what is it? He had the famous quote that I love: "I'm not motivated, I'm disciplined." Is the discipline gone? Right? At this moment? I'm talking about one of the all-timers, man. This guy's a stud, but it doesn't look right.
When you truly look at shortstops and you start in like the live ball era where Lindor is currently at in his career, pretty wild. Like an all-time shortstop. And yeah, man, so many mental lapses. And he did miss spring training with the hamate, but there are some weird rumors going around with him and the other big dog that I don't know. Everything obviously gets magnified when you're losing baseball games. That you got to start throwing up some wins in the win column. But yeah, those boo birds after a 1-0 loss, it was loud.
Yeah, I mean, Luis Robert off to a nice start. Like, if you would have told me that, I would have said, hey, the Mets are going to be doing well, but Bo Bichette hasn't been going at all. Marcus Semien is kind of the bat again, not there. Vientos had like a good series against the Giants. People thought, hey, what are we going to do with him? Like, is he going to be a part of this offense again? He's been struggling ever since then. Polanco off to a bad start. So there's just a bunch of bad offensive starts. Talking to Jolly is like, we get to see Peterson and Manaea kind of piggyback, and we got to kind of figure that out. You mentioned Senga with the start. It wasn't very good. Carson Bench hasn't been who we thought. I mean, there's just been a lot of underperforming. I didn't want to bring this up, but I don't know. How much you want to talk about Lindor?
I think we're good. Like I said, I think Jolly's going to show up on Friday, so let's let it flush out a little bit.
There's a Jason Kipnis interview like a while ago that talks about Lindor that I feel like is eye-opening. But if you can search that on your own.
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
What's that?
Bad news. Mets going on a road trip, Dodgers, Cubs. So that's
okay.
Hey, maybe that'll bond the team and let's go. The good news, Tommy Pham, contract selected.
We said that.
Hey, if you wanna spice up the locker room a little bit, why don't we get Lindor, Soto, and Tommy Pham in a room and figure it out?
Oh my god.
Because something will happen.
Something will happen.
And yeah, just a reminder, Jeff McNeil came back and got a lot of love, and one of the questions asked for him was it a rat or was it a raccoon? So that's what we're dealing with here, people.
He also had an interesting face when they asked him about Lindor. So deal with that what you will.
Let's give some positivity to the world, and it starts with the Washington Nationals, who they want it, Trev. They're playing a fun brand of baseball. The offense.
Yes, the offense.
The offense, when we're talking about a lot of these teams who are struggling, the Mariners trying to come out of it, Yankees and Mets, when the sticks go away, it's really hard to win in this sport, analytics. Well, the Nats have a top 5 offense in pretty much every category, average, on base, OPS, runs, homers, and steals, including Big James Wood stealing home on a little double steal. The bunts were out. Don't read a lot of the pitching stats, but you can read Foster Griffin's that, hey, the Nats head into Milwaukee and take their lunch.
Kind of do what you'd expect Milwaukee to do. They played a little, fight fire with fire. They're running the base as well. You mentioned just kind of putting the ball in play, a little double steal right here. Oh, man. Pat Murphy, what was he like after these games?
We have a couple quotes. I've got good news for you.
Give me the quotes right now.
So Joey Wiemer bunt single to get off the 3 successful bunt inning. Pat Murphy said, Rengifo's got to be there to make the play. There's no excuse for that. It's the 9th inning. You have to play closer than that. He wasn't in the right position. He didn't get there quick enough, knowing the runner's speed. It wasn't even a good bunt.
Where's the coaches yelling at Rengifo? Usually that's
right?
What they do. They're top stepping it. Get in here.
Right. That's your Yorby Vivas with the successful safety squeeze. And then Drew Millis, another one. But it was that old Big McGill who calls himself out, saying his PFP's got to be better.
Yeah, McGill was not happy during that inning right there.
I wouldn't be either. Right.
There's just I've been saying this for a long time. You just don't practice it. That's all it is. And it's not even like a big league, minor league thing. Like in the minor leagues, you don't practice it. And maybe it's changed, dude. Like I hope it's changing. But that's just something you just don't do on a consistent basis. Field bunts, PFPs, pickoff plays, first and third plays. You literally just never practice those, except in spring training. Spring training is the only time. So by the time the season starts, you're just out of whack a little bit, man. And there's so much information now that guys' minds are like, okay, especially pitchers, like they've gone over so many scouting reports and they're just trying to make their pitch. And usually they're dumb anyways, so they can only focus on one thing. They don't even care about stolen bases. Like, I'll just get this guy out here. I'm like, well, you should probably care about the guy getting into scoring position, dude. But that's why it works. It's why it works.
There's a time for it, and it's
every game is there's a time for it.
Everything seems to be circling back. You know who might not need that is James Wood.
Yeah,
he's one dotting on the season now. He is 23 years old. Just a reminder, I think James Wood being a little hidden in Washington has been, I'm not going to say bad for baseball. That's a little dramatic, but he wasn't a guy there was a ton of hype on coming into the season. I know he kind of limped to the finish line a little bit, but had an 825 OPS last year, was killing it through the All-Star break. That I don't know. He's just a special player in this league. No ballpark is safe from him hitting a home run. This is his only pulled home run of the year. Everything else
his
has been
off-road swing is beautiful.
It's just silly how good righty-lefty split proof. Like, this dude is a superstar. Him and C.J. Abrams have kind of been carrying the offense, which that's been...
C.J. Abrams carrying the offense. Joy Weimer's had a nice start to the year. You mentioned they're just they're taking the extra base, man. And when you have a young manager, I'm sure that's like all they talk about. Like, young managers.
Blake Butera, baby. That. Blake Butera.
Hey, guys, we're going to take the extra base, and we're going to be the best team going first or third, and we're going to put pressure on the defense. And you're like, all right, Skip. And then usually they just forget about that. But Blake Butera... he ain't forgetting.
That's the job. I also want to say this before because the Braves have the best pitching in baseball, and we mentioned all the injuries. Just of note, new pitching coach, former Mets pitching coach, Jeremy Hefner.
Braves?
The Braves, yeah. Again, horrible timing for this because Braves fans probably don't want
JP Martinez, assistant pitching coach, I think.
Okay. Brewers, get it together, otherwise your manager's going to be real mean to you. That's kind of it. Yelly a little
I also
up.
found out real quick, sidebar, a little off the beaten path here. My favorite John Boy Media employee, Taylor Jackson.
Yeah.
Huge crush on
Terang.
What's the second baseman's name? Terang, yeah.
Good ink.
Huge crush.
Handsome guy.
Yeah. Like kind of a bad boy, but also like seems like nice, sweet lefty swing. I get it.
Dude, it's kind of easy power.
His swing is nice.
Easy power from Terang. Brewers, clean it the fuck up. People, baseball is here. The days are getting longer. The sun is back out, and baseball season is rolling. It's a game of inches. The result of a game hinges on 1,000 little moments, and momentum can shift quickly. That's why we have teamed up with Fanatics Markets, the trusted home for real-time sports prediction markets. It's simple. Pick a game, choose an outcome, like which team will win, which player will hit a home run, and more. It's time to get involved in the action. Then you buy contracts based on what you think will happen. Yes, if you think it will. No, if you don't. Buy as many as you want. Sell if the price moves in your favor, or let them settle wherever the event ends. So from opening day to the Fall Classic, no matter who you root for, Fanatics Markets is right there with you. Join the Talkin' Baseball family on Fanatics Markets.
Event contracts carry risk of total loss and changing prices. Not good for all investors. Not available in all states. Must be 21 plus. See important disclosures in Fanatics Markets app. Customers are introduced to Crypto.com by Paragon Global Markets LLC, DBA Fanatics Markets IB, an introducing broker registered with CFTC and a member of the NFA.
We stay in the mighty Central. The Pirates take 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies. This series could have been 2 of 3. It could have been 3 of 3. Pittsburgh could have been. Either team could have swept this series.
Yes.
It came down to moments in each game. Great fucking analysis. A couple back-to-back curses. But it really did. I mean, you know, if you tuned in to the 6th inning, you saw Shota Minaga not allowing a hit. Crazy foul ball numbers by the frisky Pirates. I think literally set a record. They break through. They get the win in that first game. Cubbies with an awesome rally in that second game, but they blow it in extras on defense, and then they rally in the final game. So what do you see, Coach?
I'm stoked for the Pirates fans. Because they, again, I feel like I say this every single time we talk about the Pirates, like the guys they brought in to bolster the offense, like B. Lau's been incredible for them. You know, I believe it's a grand slam, this first one. The second homer he hits in this game, play that one, because that is an absolute. That thing. You don't see balls hit up there. Was the wind blowing out?
So I will say this, and now I'm putting Rob on the spot. Rob, if you can find O'Neal Cruz's homer from this same game, the wind was blowing out at Wrigley.
This was a bomb. Look where this one ends up.
Trev.
Oh my god.
O'Neal Cruz.
Okay.
I know talking baseball people aren't happy with me because the quote wasn't great, but I was just like, I didn't have Wrigley as one of the Fenways or Yankee Stadium short porch. Obviously, the wind at Wrigley is a thing and it's known. This year has been jarring so far. I do think April is one of the craziest months. O'Neal Cruz, I thought it was a pop-up. I thought it was like a Bermuda Triangle pop-up, and I know he's 6'7" and a monster. I just thought it was.
I mean, I get it.
But dude, it lands deep, Trev.
Yeah, from where it landed, you're right. What was the stats on it? 111, and it's probably like a 34.
What's that launch angle say, Bob?
41.
41.
41.
That's what I'm saying.
41.
You hit it into the jet stream and let that bad boy ride that day.
Hell yeah.
Which I felt bad. Jameson Tyone, I watched both those homers, and you see the outfielder tracking, and then just like, oh no, that's not even going to be close.
Yeah, it's. I mean, look, the Pirates are in first place, man.
Yeah,
and like Bubba Chandler hasn't figured it out necessarily. They're. So
are the Twins.
What are they at in the offensive rankings? Sometimes it's fun to look at, even though it's early in the season.
Okay.
All right. 7th in OBP, 9th in OPS, 12th in runs. I mean, they'll take that over a full season.
Yes.
They will take that. No doubt. Oh, my gosh. All right. Go Pirates, go, man.
O'Neal Cruz is banging. Cubbies, I'd say they're one of the teams this year that hasn't gotten hot and hasn't gotten cold. It feels like they've been winning or losing every other game almost. That has them at the bottom of the table, 2 games back of the Pirates. I don't know. I'm not going there. O'Neal Cruz has looked amazing. If he stays looking like this, that very much changes the Pirates' formula for this year. They're facing those mighty Nationals. Paul Skeens versus Cade Cavalli? Absolutely.
Is Connor Griffin here to stay, no matter what?
Oh, interesting.
408 OPS, 10 strikeouts to 2 walks. I know he's made some good defensive plays.
I think so.
The energy is nice to have, but how long does that last? I guess they don't really have like a replacement.
Actually, no, I'll take it back. Because I get mad at my Yankees for doing it. I think if it were to get ugly, yes, let it.
Pretty ugly, coach.
I know, but I mean, how many games are we talking at this point?
9 games, 34 at bats, or 34 plate appearances.
Give me for the kid. Give me a month.
Okay, I'm in too. I want to see him kind of figure some things out.
Like I can give you Nick Kurtz, who started very slow and then he was the best hitter in baseball. I give you Jackson Holliday, who I think he needed the reset. I don't think you should live. I don't think you should live by rules.
Don't live by rules. Okay.
Okay. Padres sweep the Rocks. I think, there's a chance we could have had that one coming into the season. The fashion it happened with the 2 walk-offs, Walker Buehler 6 scoreless. I mean, that as the season continues. And then I mentioned my guy Laureano is everywhere. Jackson Merrill gets one. I know you want to talk a little bit about this later, but I guess what else do you have for now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving something to the pods later. I will say that I'm happy that they got going. We're questioning the starting pitching staff, and now we lose Pivetta, so that's something of note here. Like forearm tightness. I don't know if we have like a diagnosis yet, but that's something to watch for a team that I have very high hopes for. The long ball was prevalent in this series. That's something that's plagued them.
Yeah,
we got a Fernando Tatis Jr. start at second base.
Yeah, how about that?
Apparently, just to like rile him up a little bit.
Why not?
And like they wanted Bogey to have an off day, so they said that was our best option at second base, and like interesting reasons for it. But okay, like he looked good, I guess. I wonder if Fernando was like stoked on it. They're not happy. It's like a really weird thing to do.
I bet it feels better when you win. And they're scoring runs.
By the way.
What's that?
Rockies talk. Sugano's been great for them.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay.
Padres are hitting homers, stealing bases, scoring runs, pitching, playing defense. Like everything's rating out pretty well right now. They've got a fun little Mariners matchup. And Padre fans were pretty down on this team literally a week ago.
Yeah.
And now it's very early,
A
people.
little bit of Rockies medicine.
Little bit of the medicine season is here. It's the season of the sticks, and I win 5. 8 of their last 10 for the San Diego Daddies. Again, more coming on them later. Coach Trev, Snakes Phils. I'll let you go. Again, this was a final game, final 8th inning away from being a different decision. I think Philly fans are probably excited that Harper's starting to look better. Trey Turner gets his first home run. But they end up dropping this series. And again, the A's steal the West Coast coming east highlights, but the Diamondbacks having a nice little East Coast trip.
Does Dot want to talk about Jose Fernandez? Is this guy the real deal or what?
He's the real deal. Maybe. He's playing with a ton of energy and he's getting clutch hits, which
I have more Phillies on this because I was talking to Shelf about it.
Sure.
And just kind of how he's viewing the season. Disappointed, obviously. He says, hey, man, the Phillies, they need to score at least 5 runs right now. And he's like, they just can't do that. And the D-backs can. They did it in the first game. Our guy, Jose Fernandez, looks like a little spark plug for them. And what Shelf said is they have no juice. They need someone young to come up and energize, and Crawford really hasn't been that. Harper hasn't looked himself. They're looking a little oldish right now, the Philadelphia Phillies, which is disappointing for me.
It's cold.
It could be. It could be. I mean, the game 3, they got going a little bit. A little Trey Turner, Bryce Harper answering back. But then, Jose Fernandez took it back from them.
Merrill Kelly coming off the IL. The Snakes starting pitching has, oddly enough, kind of been their strength this year. So let's see where that goes. Let's see how rowdy Philly fans start getting, because we know they can rowdy with the best of them. Oh, Phillies Cubs this week. Sign me up. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Rangers Dodgers. Trev, the Max Muncy game, 3 homers, including the walk-off, basically as good as you can possibly do. You know Andy Pages went yard because he's been unreal this year. Like I said, Edwin Diaz, his first tough Dodger outing, blows a 3-run lead in the 9th. All of that is to say the Dodgers kind of dominated. They knocked Jack Leiter around pretty good, although Nimmo fought in that game. And DeGrom, if you're going to beat the Dodgers, your starting pitcher needs to have a lights-out outing, and DeGrom brought that on the final day.
I mean, that DeGrom start was amazing, considering it started off with an absolute laser from Shohei. But, he's Jacob DeGrom. On the broadcast, they said 2 Hall of Famers facing off. Like, is DeGrom a Hall of Famer?
I think so. I think it's a matter of
He's one of those weird,
with pitchers, because nobody racks up innings like they used to. The WAR is thrown off. That I think back-to-back Cy Youngs one day probably gets you there. I think
he's nasty, dude. It's so good to see him back throwing the ball the way he has. But you're right. This is all Dodgers, man. They just look unbeatable right now. They truly do. Like, if you're talking about, especially over 162, what they're going to do, we know they're going to be there. But like in a playoff series, the longer it goes, the more like this offense has a chance to just wear you down. They have weapons in the bullpen. They have the starting pitching. Like they just have a little bit of everything. And they're getting, you mentioned Andy Pages has been incredible to start the year. You're going to talk about the guy, our guy Max Muncy, in a little bit, but like just up and down the lineup, they have ways to beat you. And they have, and that's not even talking about the top of their lineup.
I know.
Like it's hard. It does get difficult to talk about the Dodgers on this show because it's like you end up saying the same thing. You have this incredible roster put together that is inevitable. It's not going. It might not. Well, it's not. It might be inevitable. It is inevitable. Like, this team is going to win upwards of 95 to 100 games, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs. They are that good.
Fangraphs playoff percentages, which if you click around the league, everyone's kind of, if you're one of the better teams, you're kind of looking at like a 45% chance to make the playoffs. Some of them are higher than that. How about this? For example, the Padres and D-backs are both at 39% to make the playoffs this year. Great. We're 16 games in. Dodgers are 99.4% to make the playoffs. It just is what it is. The offense is arguably the best in baseball with more room to grow. Shohei gets on base every game, 46 straight. And that moved him the 5th longest Dodger streak of all time. He's got the longest Japanese streak. I think he passed Ichiro in game 1. Like, it's freak show stuff that I get Dodger fans. You want more in there. I have more coming this episode. And I guess, my final thing, you mentioned DeGrom Hall of Fame, because I was like, ooh, back-to-back Cy Youngs. You also instantly think of Tim Lincecum. Tim Lincecum ended up having a career 3.74 ERA, under 20 career WAR, 19.5. DeGrom is 48.5 career WAR, a career 2.58, which I believe has him as the active major league leader, which, okay. But special guy, special baseball player.
What did we just get sent in our group chat about Hassan Kim? I don't understand that at all.
Let's see.
Every time he slides, his imprint of his abs pop up.
Oh, that's abs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm in on that.
That's crazy. That's not real, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Hassan Kim Muse wouldn't lie to us on Twitter. That wouldn't happen.
Shout out Hassan Kim Muse.
Roki with a mixed bag. Evan Carter with a nice swing off Roki.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any conviction on the pitches. Like, it looks like I don't want to say the word scared out there.
Okay.
But I don't feel like he's like going out there thinking he's going to do well.
I think I would agree with that.
Which is not where you want to be as a starting pitcher.
Right. Instead of what's going to go right, it's a little bit of what's going to go wrong.
Yes.
That's fair. That's fair. Trev, it was obviously our best Western Road Warriors, so I highlighted my halos that Kahanowitz without striking out anyone, Soriano while striking out everyone. Halos win a nice road series against the Reds team that's a half game back of the Pirates for first place in the Central. That's all I kind of have.
You nailed it, Coach. Soriano with a great start to the season. The Angels have they're like a fun team to watch. Whether it's some brawls, whether it's some ejections, whether it's just some good old-fashioned butt whoopings they're putting on teams. I'm tuning into the Angel games. Right?
West Coast Trev.
Yeah.
West Coast Trev. Okay. Yeah.
There's some Trout talk, started off really hot, kind of slowed down a little bit, but they have a fun offense, man.
They do. I love Neto. I know I've been giving my Miami ball players maybe too much love. And Jorge Soler. If there's guys, Josh Lowe, Nathaniel's brother, he hits a home run. That he is an OG on my the ball goes much further than you think team. He just hasn't been hitting a ton. Jorge Soler kind of not on that team because when he hits it, you think the ball is just exploded.
It's going to go, yeah.
You think it's about as hard as a human can hit a ball. And that was talking Halos. Jordan Romano on the back end.
I'm just peeping around the page a little bit. They're an interesting squad. Like, nobody's really standing out offensively to start the year except for Neto. We talked about Trout starting out hot and then kind of cooling down. Soler's doing it. Adam Frazier talk if you want to go there.
Always. Trev, you said, not a ton of guys standing out. Let's talk about who is standing out.
It's time for Standout Performances.
Standout Performances.
This guy stood out for Trev.
Say what?
Give me a coach.
This he's been doing it, coach. I'm talking my guy, Parker Messick, left-handed pitcher for the Cleveland Guardians, 6 2/3 on Saturday, only 4 hits, 0 earned runs, and 5 Ks, man. On the year, he's been great, and he's faced some really, really good teams. This year, he's faced the Dodgers, the Cubs, and the Braves in his first 3 starts. A .51 over 17 2/3. He's been nasty. A 2.04 ERA and 10 career starts. A guy that just kind of, throws a bunch of different pitches. You got 5 pitches he throws over 10% of the time. A young guy out of Florida State. We were talking about Florida State this weekend a little bit with our guy Chad Hall, but not a guy that's going to overpower you with stuff. He's a pitcher. He mixes it up. I like that. So shout out Parker Messick, man. I'm interested to see if he's kind of like the next in line. Like the Guardians, they know how to pitch. They figure that out every single year, and Parker Messick is a big example of that.
Yeah, when Rosie was on, he mentioned Parker Messick. I kind of jokingly was like, who's the Guardians guy this year? Because I know Cantillo has some hype train to him, and when his breaking stuff is right, Parker Messick feels like the guy. The name kind of fits. And this is just what Cleveland does, that he has been dominant, and it's what gives Cleveland not every how much would Houston love to have a Parker Messick right now? And Cleveland, they just deserve credit as an organization. This is what they do.
Houston has done that for a while. They've done well with their pitching as well.
Yeah.
But yes, would they like him now? Yes.
Yeah, I think you could almost slide in that whole Cleveland rotation into Houston's right now. But not the offense, but just have Chase DeLauder turn on a couple balls. He got another one. Good standout, Coach Trev. I'm going with someone who stands out if you're watching a baseball game, because Trev, I think he's got an argument for the fastest guy I've ever seen on a baseball field. I really do. Chandler Simpson for the Tampa Bay Rays. Getting to watch him this weekend, it's always a treat. I love speed on the baseball field. This is the lamest part of this speech, but when I play baseball video games, you won't see a more aggressive base runner, because I think speed is underutilized when it comes to baseball. Speed can be such a weapon, and this guy has one of the biggest weapons I've ever seen. When he gets on base and there's a base ahead of him, it's pretty much he's going to get it. Although I think stolen base-wise, he's 7-2 on the year, 2 caught stealing. So, all right, let's just make sure we keep those down.
Those pickoffs? They might be pickoffs.
Oh, yeah, we could look into that. But, I mean, like that's a double into the corner for every other player, and he's standing on third base. And as we talked about, whether it's the bunts in Washington or whether it was the extra innings in this game or the 8th inning in this game, if you need 1 run and he's on the bases, he's kind of going to make it happen. Like I know the Yankees defense should be criticized and some of the mentality behind it, but the Yankees defense was in cuffs. When you got Simpson running off of third,
yeah, what are you going to do?
An infield. The Yankees infield had to play further in because Chandler Simpson was on third. So the odds of you getting a ball right to you that you field clean enough for that guy to not get to home plate with him with a lead, it's near impossible. You kind of get in your head, you're like, wait, do we actually let the tying run score? Because we can't get him. It's a mental mindfuck. And Trev, above that, in his rookie year where he got sent down and we're kind of like, Rays, what are you doing? He ends up playing 109 games. He hit 295. Got on base at a 326 clip, which that's going to be the big number for him. Well, this year he's leading the AL in hits with 23. He has a 411 batting average. I don't know if that holds, but he's getting on base at a 441 clip, man. And if this guy does that, you're just giving up runs. Special player.
44 swipes last year. I know the slugging isn't going to be there for him, although it is right now because he's hitting 411. I know there's a stat out there for this already, but in our book of stats, just taking the stolen bases and adding a base to his OPS, like that's how I will think about it. Probably be pretty good. He's a special player. I watched a few Rays games this year. He's kind of hit all over the lineup. I told you at one point he was hitting fourth for them, which is interesting. But they're kind of getting back to their ways, man. And obviously he's a big part of it. It makes you wonder how many guys you'd think, like, can I just go get a dude that's can run and figure out ball? Like, can I take a high school track star and say, hey man, let me just take you into the cage and let's work on hand-eye stuff and put you in the big leagues? And would it work? Could you be a Terrence Gore, my guy?
All right, P. Yeah.
It seems like there's still like a base runner, like that hasn't been figured out yet. Like the whole Terrence Gore thing was that for a while. Before that, who was it? There was another guy that was
Joey Gathright.
Billy Hamilton. More teams implementing like, hey, like end of season, one of our 26 spots is going to go to a guy like that can absolutely burn on the base pass because that's important.
Trev, you'd love looking at his baseball.
Gerard
Dyson. You'd love looking at his baseball savant, Trev.
I'm looking at it.
First percentile in barrel, hard hit, bat speed. But he's 100th in squared up, whiff percentage, and K percentage. And I'll tell you what, Trev, I have another theory about that you might hate this one. I think if you're this, guys that are this fast are rarely that good at defense. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Like, Billy Hamilton ended up being pretty good at defense, but I don't, like, in the outfield, it seems like a simple formula, right? Like, the faster you are, the more balls you could get to. It doesn't really work like that.
No one's got a good arm. You don't have a good arm if you can run.
He does not have a good arm. And, dude, he's a rough watch defensively.
Yeah.
Which is just bizarre. You'd think that would go hand in hand, and it rarely does in baseball.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm trying to think of like guys that are super fast with great arms. I mean, you could talk like Bobby Witt and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, some of the elite guys are just elite at everything, but like
the outfielders that are fast that have good arms, Ichiro. So yeah, we're talking like
Ichiro. Yeah, okay, inner circle Hall of Fame. But yeah, it doesn't always work like that.
Ben Revere, one of the weirdest arms I've ever seen in my life.
Tough.
And weird is a nice way to put it.
There's some guys that still throw weird, and it makes me really happy. Jarren Duran. Duran's another great example.
Yeah.
Okay. There's when there's smoke, there's fire. Comment below.
Byron Buxton throws the shit out of the ball.
One of the best athletes to ever play this game.
Okay.
Trev, with standout performances, there was like 5 San Diego Padres that could have been picked. Siler Soderstrom didn't get love on the way through, and man, he deserved a lot of love. Always, there's a couple pitchers. Kind of all of them did get love, so good for them. Luke Raley, who is in Fuego?
Dirt Nasty's on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
It's time for In Fuego, powered by Amazon. Just like how Amazon is there to save the day when you're in a pinch, we're talking about the guys who have been doing everything they can to save their teams this past week.
All right, for the series, how about Ellie De La Cruz? 6 for 12, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 4 runs driven in. Our guy, Jake Bowers, 4 for 9, 2 homers, 4 runs driven in. Your guy, Ramon Laureano, 4 for 11, a double, and 2 homers. He's slugging .862 at home this season. That's the best in all of baseball. Brandon Nimmo, okay. 6 for 13 against the Dodgers, a double, 2 homers, 5 runs driven in. He recorded his 11th career multi-homer game. He also hit his 15th leadoff homer of his career. Dalton Varsho, congratulations. Welcome to the club, my friend. He hits his 100th and 101st career home run. Welcome to the triple-digit club. There's no other club. There's no 4-digit club. 6 for 14 in the series, 2 of them with 4 runs driven in. And then for the week, we mentioned Bryce Harper not getting off to a great start, but he's trying to win us back. 10 for 19, 4 doubles, a homer, 6 runs driven in. He's slugging 938 on breaking pitches this season. I have seen that. He's been getting blown up by fastballs, but he's been hitting those off-speed pitches. Maybe we need to change that around a little bit. You got to be on the heater too, Bryce. But nice week for him. Angel Martinez. There's always a Cleveland Guardian somewhere on this list. 10 for 21, 2 doubles, a homer, 6 runs driven in. He's missed on just 11% of swings on non-fastballs this season. He's putting the ball in play, people. That's what he's doing. And A's second baseman, Jeff McNeil. 10 for 21 on the week, 3 doubles, 2 runs driven in, and like you mentioned, a really nice applause from Mets fans on his homecoming to Citi Field. And that's who's on Fuego.
He made a nasty stop at second base too.
He's a ball player.
He really is. He's like the definition of just grindy ball player who can also get hot for you. Brandon Nimmo. I want to get these numbers up because I think he's having an amazing start to the season. Yeah. Brandon Nimmo, 367, 433, a 1.033. Yeah.
And compare that to Simeon, and it ain't looking pretty.
Thanks to our partners at Amazon. Shop Amazon, save on essentials, and save the everyday. Ellie De La Cruz, too. Those Reds are off to a nice start. I know they got outshined by the Halos, but how do you like that? Okay, everyone buckle up. It's time for the low part of the show. Let's do some batters who are struggling.
Hey, man, you've been struggling lately. It's time to pick it up!
Batters who are struggling. We have the week and the season now.
Oof.
Pete Alonso for Baltimore, 2 for 23. Again, in that last game, he got a nice 2 RBI double. Maybe that's what can light the spark for him. That's why we have these guys on this list. It's to get him off. Adolis Garcia, currently in a 1 for 20. That's who Philly brought in. Try to spark their offense. Jake Berger for Texas. Feel like he was getting off to a nice start. 2 for 24 recently. Not great. Munetaka Murakami,
no.
Trev.
Oh.
This is the concern. Once the league starts to see you. 1 for 20. He still got 7 walks in that time frame. So tracking the ball. But yeah. And hey, there's some good hitters on this list. Salvi Perez, 2 for 25. Baseball comes for everyone. Let's get those guys off the list. For the season now, this is scary because this is just like, this isn't, I guess this is batters who are struggling. The Crone Zone. Jake Cronenworth, my guy, 8 for 52.
He's winning at life, though.
He really is. Was playing shortstop next to Fernando, right?
Yeah.
That's what put him.
They rolled one.
How do you like that? Let's get it going, Jakey. Cedric Mullins, 7 for 51. He's on the Rays now, if you forgot. Harrison Bader, signed with San Francisco, 115 batting average.
That's how you go to not hit. You just go to San Francisco. Yeah.
That's tough. It's going to get better. He's a streaky guy. Coach him up.
I love Harrison Bader.
Coach him up, Tony. And Nolan Arenado, 9 for 50. Remember, 2 teams have paid for him to go play baseball somewhere else. Let's find it, Nolan. Let's find it. Hall of Famer. My God. And maybe all those guys will. That's who's struggling right now. And I guess there's only one worse list. It's the IL. And guys that have been placed on the IL since we last spoke. I hate this one. Griffin Conine for Miami. We just talked about it. He was one dotting it, fueling that Miami offense. Couple arms I like. Jeremiah Estrada goes on the IL for San Diego. Christian Javier, they're hoping for mid-May. Phil Maton for the Cubbies, hoping that's a short one, right knee. Parker Meadows, man.
That was tough.
That was that collision with Riley Green. He stayed overnight in the hospital. 6 weeks minimum. He had a solid little start to the year. Jake Myers for Houston, 6 to 8 weeks. Oblique. Send the text, coach. Brent Rooker. Oblique.
Oh my gosh, this list is so long.
I know, it's brutal. Brent Rooker, 4 to 6 oblique. Send the text. Joe Boyle, right elbow. No structural damage for Tampa. Royce Lewis for the Twins, hoping left knee, short time. Adley Rutschman, left ankle soreness, short timeline TBD. Hunter Harvey out of the Cubs pen. Tyler O'Neill, concussion for Baltimore. Hate that. Gabby Moreno for Arizona. Back. Ryan Mountcastle, we mentioned the foot. Springer, big toe. Let's see. That's a lot. God. Dislike that segment per usual. We start picking up the show with guys who are coming back. I got 3.
It's a short list, Coach.
Jason Adam for the Padres. Luis Hill's back for the Yankees. How about that? Seiya Suzuki for the Cubbies. We love that. And Daysbel Hernandez for Atlanta. So, yeah. I don't know if it's the cold. I don't know if baseball is just a sneaky, brutal sport, but it is. So, that's the IL update. Can we let's pick things up a little bit. Awards are brought to you by SeatGeek. Go to SeatGeek, people. Trev?
I'm going with the Call It How You See It award. And we had, and these guys get recognized a ton. And since I'm in the space, maybe I'm just a little bit more aware when I hear some good calls.
Holy sheets!
Yeah, we had some incredible moments in that San Diego series as they went and they mopped the Rockies, right?
They mopped the Rockies.
Yeah. A couple walk-offs. So I want to play the calls for you because Don Orsillo, who's a play-by-play guy, and then Mud, who is the color guys at kind of the job that I do, they're so good together. The energy is great. And there was just some really good one-liners. So I want Bobo to play the Bogey and the Sheets calls because they're just so good. I wanted to play them for you guys.
Bogey to deep left field! It's back! Slam Diego to walk it off!
So good.
Bogey goes boom! Into a sea of San Diego!
Boom. The Sheets one, I think, is better.
Mmm.
Give me the Sheets.
Bogey goes boom. I don't know.
Sheets to deep right center field! It's back! A 3-run home run to walk it off! Second straight night for San Diego! Holy Sheets!
That's good.
It's just the energy's there. And like, dude, if you haven't watched a ball game in San Diego, you got to go. It's one of the best atmospheres in the game. And you can just kind of walk around afterwards. Love it. Love the area. But the one that really got me, the reason I gave him this award is sometimes you just got to like think of things, or maybe you have them like written down and just got them in your pocket. But Jackson Merrill also hit a home run. And I believe this is Mud talking here about the sound off the bat.
It off. High drive, deep right field. There's some Merrill madness for you right out of the yard.
Oh, he squares that one up. That's like slapping a couple of 2x4s together. Oh, like a cue ball on a tile floor.
Like, that's so good.
That's good.
Like the 2x4s slapping together, okay. But the cue ball off the tile floor, that's just next level. So, you know what happened is, like, either he was playing pool one day and the cue ball hit the floor and he's like, oh, it's a loud noise. Oh, bank that for my broadcast. Or like he just was on the fly. I don't know, man. Either way, it's incredible. I wanted to highlight a little bit of what's going on down there in San Diego and the atmosphere because it looked electric. But then these guys are just so good together that, I don't know, I wanted to give them an award. So Call It Like You See It award goes to Don Orsillo and Mark Grant. Smud.
Holy sheets!
So good.
One of the best booths in the game. Yeah, they have fun. They're passionate. It ties into everything with San Diego. That like, yeah, man, there's such a good, I don't know if the recipe's obvious, and we joke about getting our team and franchise one day, but man, like, who's in your booth really matters, because that's how most fans watch every game. Like, they are literally who is feeding you your team. That it's so important to the game, and I think baseball's gotten a lot better. That I remember when Jimmy was first really getting into breakdowns, that was the first time he was fully diving around the league into different announcers, and even for myself too. Like, I don't know, I wasn't watching as much baseball back then, but I was, seeing a lot of highlights. Man, there'd be a couple times you'd turn on a broadcast and be like, what? This is what that fan base gets every night?
Yeah.
You don't want to be rude to people, but it affects so much of what your fan base consumes. That they have an awesome booth and an awesome vibe, and they brought in players. And just a reminder, do they have the second best record in baseball right now?
They do.
Tied with the Braves.
The Braves, yeah.
They have been a top tier organization for the past 5 or 6 years, whatever it is now. Probably there's only one problem for them. And I said, maybe this won't be a coastal elitist episode, but come on now. My award is the Lil Thick Award. And speaking of nostalgic, Trev, I don't know if you remember this. I want to say this was maybe the first year of Talking Baseball. And we're starting to get some listeners, and we don't know what's going on. We're just talking into the microphones and hoping stuff works. And I remember Max Muncy got brought up, and I think I got Jim to crack because, we know players are starting to listen to this. We know people involved in baseball, and I think we started talking about Max Muncy's body a little bit, and there was just a pause. And I let out, a little thick. And he is. And he is. But guess what? In this beautiful game, it don't matter. Because we talked about it a little bit, but it needs to be talked about more. Because what he did on Friday night, 4 for 5, 3 home runs, 5 runs scored, including the walk-off homer. So did your home runs matter in your 3-homer game? They sure did. Especially picking up the new shiny closer, like the new party trick in that bullpen. Like for a lot of fan bases, that can be a really crippling, tough loss, and you start questioning everything. Instead, Max Muncy, who has been an afterthought with a lot of these Dodgers teams, and it's just true. Like I get Dodger fans who would want to pipe in and be like, he's never been an afterthought for us. In a way, man. And that's because you have Freddie and Mookie and Shohei. Even Teoscar took a lot of the... There's just a lot of options on that team. That Max Muncy has been there through it. And in this game, he becomes the Dodger with the 3rd most home runs in Los Angeles Dodgers franchise history. You know how nuts that is? Since 1958, it's Eric Karros and Ron Cey. And I remember another early Talking Baseball memory. I was kind of like, I don't know Ron Cey that well. And Dodger fans, you want to see the nails come out. I'm going to wear that one. Well, here's what I do know. I know who Max Muncy is, and I know if I get to talk about him for a long time, I get to tell people how great of a ball player he was. And I, kind of linked to that era of homer, on base, strikeout a little bit. But he's a lot more than that, man. He's just really good at walking, and he's really good at hitting home runs. And I've talked about it on here a lot, how the Dodgers a couple years ago called him out and were like, dude, if you're going to play third base, you need to pick it up over there. So he did. And he is just a reminder of this Dodgers organization that Max Muncy, he wasn't a ball player for a little bit. When he came over from Oakland with a negative WAR, and a 195 batting average, he could have ended up on a lot of ball teams, but he didn't, coach.
I think they released him because I was there. The A's just got rid of him. That was my... I had...
No way.
I had... Yes, dude. I had lunch with him and Stephen Vogt when they got rid of him. I've told this story before, but yeah, he was with the A's in spring training 2017. They released him at the end of the year. Dodgers pick him up on a minor league deal. He spends all of 2017 in the AAA level with the Dodgers, has like 1,000 OPS, 1 dot in it, and then the rest is history, coach. So you're welcome, Dodger fans.
History with an exclamation point. He has been career Dodger numbers, 232, which I don't know. There's still a baseball old head in you that does like a 230, 358 All the baseball new heads know how good that is. 485 and 843 career OPS with the Dodgers. Since 2018. It's 2026, dude. And he's still out here hitting 3-homer games. I don't know. Very much appreciate Max Muncy. And he's a historic Dodgers player. One of the most historic franchises. He's a historic player for them. Taken off the scrap heap because of you.
Because, I mean, he'll get 10-year service time next year or at the end of this year. He'll have made, after next year, $69 million.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Snaps from Max Muncy.
We said
nice
we were
guy, too.
We said we were done with that joke. We'll never be done with it. Let's ride it out.
I did say that. Yeah.
Let's make that our boomers generation joke. Bobo, shout out to SeatGeek. Use code TALKIN2026. 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. Go see Max Muncy. Go see Ellie De La Cruz. Go see all of these guys. Trev, anything on the way out?
Love everyone.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Big time. May your team win before we talk to you guys on Wednesday. A little midweek. A little saucy midweek.
Yeah, what are we going to do, Coach?
Let's find out. Maybe let's see what the baseball gods bring us.
Take sucks. I did find out that the We Got Ice Boys. Oh,
yeah, Michael Waka.
Coach Trev versus Waka. 1 for 2, 1 walk, RBI. RBI double.
Don't leave that there.
Get the hands in. Daddy Dozier maybe telling you what's coming off second base. I don't know.
No. Taylor Ward, come at me, bro. That's
Taylor Ward, the chase is on. Fernando.